Morning, Natalie.
Morning.
How are you today?
Good, thank you.
That's the way. So just brought you here today to find out a bit more about the case meeting that you had planned with Madvi and Carol. How did that go?
That went okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what have you learnt from that?
well, what Madvi had told me is that she doesn't hate her parents.
Right, of course.
She only feels sad when the parents want her to do what they want her to do.
Right.
So that's the first thing.
Yes.
Okay, so the second thing is that Madvi is scared of her father when he is angry.
Mm-hmm.
And when Child Safety went into the home, Madvi and her siblings had told Child Safety that everything was okay in the home. So that's the second
so they offended protect their father by saying that everything was okay in the home.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the third thing was that Carol is going to be she's willing to talk to the parents, to Madvi's parents.
So we have Carol's support. She's now fostering Madvi, and we'll be looking at facilitating any meetings that, with parents, that Carol is willing to be there with them. So as I've gone through your case plan, I find it very interesting and well put together. There was one suggestion, and what I'd like you to do is if you could phone the multi-link community service.
Yeah.
They provide with interpreting and can assist in any cultural protocols that you may have. So what I was thinking, if you contact them, find out a bit more about Madvi's background, the Indian background, and maybe facilitate a meeting with the parents, organise with multi-link and the parents.
Yeah.
To get together, if you could be there at the same time.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
And so, what do you think about that idea, having some interpretation of,
Yes, that sounds perfect, because then, while there's an interpreter, we can then understand what the parents are saying.
Yeah, and learn a bit more why they're, enforcing or being placing more demands on Madvi, because we want Madvi to feel safe and protected in her own home, and that she's able to talk to the parents. So I'm thinking with having the interpreter there, it may calm the situation a lot. It'll be a lot more effective. If do you have a pen and paper? So just write down, I'll give you their address, Multi-Link. It's called Multi-Link Community Service, and it's in 38 Blackwood Road, Woodridge. They can be contacted on 380-844-63.
Yep, perfect.
And then we can organise, we can look at further. After that meeting, we'll come together again and organise with Madvi and Carol and yourself to talk to them about the changes of the plan. Once you've had the support worker from the multicultural service there and listen to what their what's more appropriate, I guess, and what their input is into suggesting and an easier way of confronting the family without it being, or with it being a lot more capable, I guess, and able to communicate with the family on an effective level.
Yeah.
So ring them, contact them, organise, see if we can get some support in interpreting, and organise a conference meeting then afterwards with Madvi and Carol to let them know this is your intentions and that you're going to implement all these changes to the plan, and if they agree, to get their consent and to notify the other organisation, so they'll have to complete a consent form.
Yeah.
If there's any suggestions, how's things going other than me just putting forward this other action? So with this goal that I'm hoping to have a bit more understanding, and you will be able to learn a bit more about their culture.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, so if you can do that today sometime or within the next day, 24 hours, and then we'll get the ball rolling for for this intervention and integrating the new services, and then we'll make a meeting to talk with Madvi and Carol at a later date.
Yep.
And once you hear back, so you would probably sit in with, if that's okay, with the support worker from the cultural centre.
Yep, that's fine.
Sit in with the parents and note take and record keep documentation.
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty. So that's that. And I'll make a plan to see you next week. Any changes, email or telephone.
Yes.
Feel free to
I can do
contact
that
me.
for you. Yep.
Alright. Thanks, Natalie.
That's okay.
Okay. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. So,